everybody, it's the Podsquad, live and in color with Wendy, Mack Paul. Ben Lindemann is supposed to be joining us later, and yours truly, Jane Maulucci. And this is our 215th episode. Espionage? Interesting. Anyhow, so thanks for joining us. It is officially May 5th, Cinco de Mayo. This is our 215th episode, as I said earlier.
And today's special guests are Kippy Hammond with Plein in Bern and Denny Bucher with the first Capital Chapter of the Antique Automobile Club of America. So learn with us as we talk about the people, places, and happenings in New Bern and surrounding areas.
All right. Woo! How we doing today, folks?
We're doing great.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us. And feel free to comment. Let us know what's happening in your neck of the woods in New Bern, or say you're watching from somewhere else.
There you go.
Feel free to chime in, and we're gonna have fun today. Happy Thursday.
Happy
Thursday.
Yeah, and we have Mack Paul. Woo!
Yeah.
How are you, Mack?
I'm doing great. Hope you all are.
Yes, and so we hear the Tryon Civitan Club had an amazing golf tournament. You want to tell us about it?
We managed to pull it off. Our inaugural Tryon Civitan charity golf tournament this past Saturday at the Emerald. We were a little nervous about it. That's a big thing to pull off, but we did it. It was great, and the golfers had a great time. We raised a little more than $14,000.
Wow.
To support local nonprofits, and it went much better than we could reasonably expect for a first-time golf tournament. It is a lot of work.
Yeah.
We had a lot of great people working on it, and it went so well, we're going to do it again next year. So go ahead and save the date for April 29th, 2023. We're going to do it again.
That's great.
That's
congratulations.
Wonderful.
That's stupendous.
Thank you.
I'm sure all the nonprofits are excited for you, too. That's outstanding.
Yeah, we raised a lot of money for them. Yeah.
That's a big deal. Yeah, that's wonderful. Yeah.
That's great. Good work.
Yeah.
So what else is going on with the Civitans?
Well, of course, we do work year-round, volunteering. We're also excited. For years, we've been doing bingo parties on the third Saturday of every month at Brookstone Senior Living in Pollocksville. For the last couple of years, we haven't been able to do that.
Yeah.
With COVID, and they've been hit real hard by COVID down there. They've lost a lot of residents.
Yeah.
And of course, they've had some staffing issues, but we've gotten the all clear on May 21st. We're going to start having bingo down there again. So we're able to resume that on a regular basis. And of course, we do a lot of work with religious community services. We do a dinner for them third Saturday of every month. They're at their soup kitchen, and we have a lot of collection drives to collect for their soup kitchen and food pantry there. And we're always out and about doing something in the community. We have a lot of projects. We'll have our No Child Wet Behind Diaper Drive coming up again this August, and a food drive coming up, like I said, for RCS coming up in June. And like I said, always something going on with Tryon Civitan Club. So if anybody out there is interested in joining us or learning more about us, it's real simple. You can just Google Tryon Civitan, and you'll go straight to our webpage and our Facebook page. You'll find us. And we meet at Captain Ratty's for lunch and dinner. Second Tuesday of the month at Captain Ratty's for lunch, and fourth Tuesday at Captain Ratty's every month for dinner. So come and join us if you're interested. We do a lot of great work in the community.
Oh, that's
All
great.
right.
I'm so glad that you gave that opportunity for people to find out more about you and to join, because there's lots of people who are moving into our little area and they're looking for something exciting to do. And this is a great organization to be part of, and serves our community so well.
Yeah.
We try.
And also, guess who's at Captain Ratty's? Speaking of Captain Ratty's, guess who's at Captain Ratty's? I'll give you one guess. They're going to be joining us.
Is it Ben?
Can you
Bingo!
We got him.
There he is.
I'm having to use my phone.
All right.
That's all right. You look great, Ben.
That's
How
right.
are
We're
you?
glad to see you. There you go.
Good to see you all.
You made it.
Yes.
Yeah, so now that you're here, tell us what's going on.
Well, so I am the current emerging artist at the Community Artist Gallery, and I've got a show. I've got a show Friday the 13th of this month from 5 to 8 during our walk.
Nice.
And I've also entered the Roy G. Biv competition at the Bank of the Arts as well.
Nice.
So I've got my color was blue, so you're gonna have to go check out my picture that I took.
Wow. Oh, what fantastic photos, Ben.
Yeah.
These are great.
Yes.
Yeah, where's your so tell us about the Roy G. Biv. That's a group of big artists, right?
Well, anybody could enter it. You paid, I think it was like $35, and you picked a color from a hat, and whatever color you picked it had to be 75% of the image that you put on there, or medium, had to be that color it was on a 12 by 12 wooden canvas. So I did one of my pictures. I stretched a canvas over the wood board. So yeah, it's the same night as as my show at the Community Artist Gallery.
Fantastic.
I'm trying to find that.
Now, Roy G. Biv stands for the colors of the rainbow, isn't that right?
Yes, it does. So there's all different colors. And it's really neat. They've got it set up at the Bank of the Arts right now.
Fantastic.
And also, I've got my stuff is permanently displayed at the new restaurant at the History Center, Lawson's on the Creek, and Captain Ratty's recently bought a 40 by 72 inch canvas from me, and it's hanging downstairs in their main restaurant, so it looks really nice.
Oh, that's excellent. So how long have you been doing photography, Ben?
I've been doing photography for a long time. It all started with my bike. I'm an avid cyclist, so I would pose my bike up against a real pretty backdrop, and it all started there. And then I got the idea of with a drone, you can. I do mostly drone photography now, and you can get a whole different perspective from a drone. I bought the drone because it's like a camera mounted to a tripod, and you can go anywhere with it and just take all these really neat perspectives of different things. And it's so exciting seeing people's reaction to see my work, and you know, it's neat that I'm doing this, because I didn't think I would be doing it. I owe a lot to Jean Lloyd. She's really got the ball rolling on this stuff and got me out of my comfort zone. So it's pretty. Jean Lloyd owns Blush Boutique on Craven Street. So that was super exciting. This past year's been a whirlwind. It's just gotten more and more popular, and I can't go anywhere without running into somebody on the streets that I don't even know, and they're like, "Hey Ben, we love your photography," and I'm like, "Who are you?" So that's a really good feeling.
Yeah,
Total strangers are liking your stuff. So
absolutely, that's great.
My wife Pat Drake turned me on to your photography. It's fantastic.
Thank you.
Yeah, there's quite a group of photographers here in New Bern. Are you part of that photography club as well?
Yes, I am. Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm doing the Plein Air. So the people that run Plein Air approached me and said that they wanted my stuff. They wanted me to take pictures of the painters painting, and there was a painter from Great Britain that was painting on Pollock Street yesterday, and I just so happened to be driving by and saw her out there, so I stopped and got my drone out and took pictures of her finishing up her painting. So that was really neat.
I
So
saw
the
her.
dog
I
is
was
started.
downtown yesterday, and I saw her out there painting, and it was nice to say, oh, I know what this is, and I know that it's coming. There's going to be more artists wandering around our town doing this. So
Yeah.
yeah.
It's really exciting. Last year I took a picture of a guy that was painting. I was out on the boardwalk at Lawson's on the Creek. And he was painting a picture of the train trestle, and so I just so happened to be out there with my drone, and I got an aerial shot of him painting his picture, and he goes, "Hey, do you mind sending that to me?" And I was like, "Sure." So I sent it to him, and he really appreciated that.
It's great. Super duper. This is great. So again, your show is going to be during Art Walk,
Yes.
Friday the 13th.
Yep.
Just
Hopefully
remember
that's a lucky number for
right.
me.
Not a bad thing. And so you will be at which gallery again?
So it's going to be upstairs above the Bay Leaf restaurant.
Okay.
And so that's where the Community Artist Gallery, there's 5 artists that are up there, and they've got their art studios up there.
Great. Well,
and there's a big blank wall with all my stuff on it.
Nice.
Yeah, and I don't know what I missed. I don't know how I got lost out there in cyberspace, which I probably do know because it's so easy to do these days. But so I'm guessing you talked about plein air and your photography and your bike riding, and you're just a jack of a Ben of all trades. So, and you are, I mean, you are an emerging artist. You have emerged.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm just so happy for your success, and I'm sure this is just the beginning, Ben, and we're so lucky to have you in New Bern. So
yeah, I'm just super excited, and I like I said, I love seeing people's reactions to my stuff, and a lot of times it's not even me that's doing it; it's Mother Nature and God that's doing it. I just take the picture, so it's pretty cool to get to experience. I always loved experiencing the sunrises and sunsets. It's like the best feeling in the world, getting to see all that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Super.
Pretty
Well,
cool.
Great.
Cool stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Jane, you want to tell us, do you have an announcement, or are we ready for Kippy? It's up to you.
Just a quick announcement that the Coastal Women's Forum, at the dinner the other night, I was talking about the Podsquad and said, hey, we're always here for you and ready to have you come and visit. So you might be getting a lot of people requesting visits now. Just to give you a heads up. So
I've gotten a couple for the to be members of the Podsquad.
There you go.
I hear some kind of interference. I don't know. I didn't hear it before.
I think we're okay.
You don't hear a whistling or?
I hear a little something, but don't know what it is.
Okay, I'm gonna check I'm gonna mute everyone first. You want to everyone talk real quick?
La 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 la.
La la la.
Hello.
Ben? It's on yours. I think it's since you turned the phone.
Okay, let me turn it back.
We're all a little nauseous now.
There we go. Okay.
Sorry. Is that good?
Okay.
Is that better?
Yep, we're not squeaking now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So yeah, Coastal Wood. Thank you for the shout out, Jane. And we have Kippy Hammond in our green room, and we haven't seen Kippy in a year. She just got back from France, and she's running the New Bern, Plein Air New Bern, and I'm probably mispronouncing that. So, Kippy, are you ready? Give me a thumbs up.
Okay.
There we go. Okay. All right. Ready?
Come on, Kippy.
Yay!
Hey, there we are.
Hey! How are you? Thank you for asking me.
Yeah, welcome back to America.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. We've been out painting already this morning. Haiti Jo Summers arrived just about an hour after I did night before last. And so she had her first workshop start this morning. So we've been over at Plein Palace at, I can't remember which garden is, the one on Eden Street back there. And she just did a fabulous demo. And so the other artists are going to be in, I think, the Ritchie Garden this afternoon, and right there by the Welcome Center, they'll all be painting while she advises them at their easel today. So so I just had to run back here so I could talk to you.
Awesome. Yeah, I think it was a Gertrude Caraway. Is that the one? Right? Because I saw Hattie yesterday. I was driving down Pollock and I'm like, oh, there's somebody painting in plein air. I wonder what they're doing. I wonder why. And she's from Lancashire. I'm trying to remember. Lancashire, England. She's from the UK, from across the pond. And wow. I mean, we have you have quite a lineup that you all have arranged, and it's magnificent.
Yeah.
So
it's so exciting because like last year it really was successful, even though we had kind of a crazy beginning, because it had been called off two times. And so we went on last year because there were 20 artists who said, we'll come anyway, and we went, okay, come on. And so it's kind of like a roll of the dice. And then all of a sudden people started finding us, and it was just amazing. We did a large volume of paintings, and we were able to pay out like $30,000 to the artist for their part, of the purchases and stuff, and kind of gave us some seed money for this year. So you're seeing a lot more activity, but this year we're actually in full event, and we have like at least four demos a day. And like you said, that's great that you're showing that. Because if you go down a little further, it'll have the agenda, and the agenda will be updated every day. The first thing you'll see, like the 7th is not part of the competition, but we're having a warm up in Oriental, and Haiti will also demo on that day as well too. And then the gallery starts opening on Monday morning. The artists come on Sunday afternoon for orientation, and as soon as they get stamped and they turn in all their stuff, they'll be out painting. And then the competition starts in the morning. The artists will be in downtown, pretty much in the downtown area in New Bern for Monday. Okay, and then as you can see right there, there's four scheduled demos and the location for them. So and then if you go on the website and you tap on the artist's name, it goes to their page, so you can see some more of their work to see if you want to reschedule yourself so that you don't miss some of the artists. So we're really excited, I can tell you. And then we're going to be in Oriental on Tuesday for paint out there, and we'll have a little special wine and cheese and meet the artist and a easel sale in the afternoon from 4 to 6. And then on Wednesday, they're going to be free painting. They can go through the whole 3-county area of Craven, Pamlico, and Carteret.
Yep.
Yeah. And then on the 12th, we'll be in Beaufort, and we have demos all day there, as well as another wine and cheese and meet the artists at 4 to 6 that afternoon. And then we have a ticketed event on Friday night, and we have reserved parking and things like that, because it's going to be art walk that too. But we have a ticket, and it's a private event from 6 to 8. Those will be the people like that, they get the first look at the competition pieces and the first chance to buy them. And then at 8 o'clock, the doors open to the public. People just come on in. And then Saturday, we start again. The exhibition schedule will be, the whole gallery stays open the whole time with new paintings coming in all day long. And that's every day of the week. And then on Saturday we have a youth program that has to be registered, but that's going to be at the where's it? It's called the Harrison Center. Yes,
Right.
from 10 to 11:30, and then in the afternoon we're having this is a new feature called Artist to Artist, and I'm going to moderate these, and there'll be a moderated panel when at 2:30 about what the next step is. I mean, everybody has the next step about how to take your artwork to another level. If you're a beginner, if you're an intermediate, or you're professional, there's always this need to kind of be able to set your own goals, and so we're going to have some people talk about that, about where these steps are and how to determine where you can go to take your artwork to another level. And then at 3:30, that's going to be pro tips, and those will be all plein air painters that have come in to give everybody pro tips on how to compete. Because on Sunday we have our big paint out that's open to the public and the featured artist and the youth, and so they paint in 3 or 4 hours, and then they throw them up on an easel around the farmers market and are judged. And then we close it down at 4:30 and start looking to 2023. So that's how we roll this year.
Wow, that's a lineup.
Yeah. Where are your artists from?
They're from all over the nation. I'd have to go really take a look, because we had a Susie Baker, who is the president of the Oil Painters of America, was our a selection juror. And then Haiti Joe has come in to be the awards juror. Okay. So I guess we have them. They're pretty much, I would have to say, we're heavy in the East Coast.
Sure. But
we do have them as far away as Utah and Arizona. And of course, there's Missouri, and there's Louisiana, and there's Virginia is strong. We have a lot from Maryland, Florida, Georgia, Tennessee. I'd have to go and take a look. I think maybe Michigan. I think these we're really excited. I mean, they're just the rock stars of the plein air movement, and we're so lucky. And unfortunately we had to turn down like 65 really, really qualified artists, and because they just were not one of the ones selected this year. But that doesn't mean they won't be next year, because you never can tell, because we have a different selection, and we let the jurors kind of decide on that. We don't interfere with that process at all.
So it's not just a matter of paying a fee and joining here. You have to be selected to participate in this event.
Absolutely. Wow. The first year, Nancy Tankersley was helping us, and our mentor, and she and I put together a list of the initial 15 that we invited. Okay, so they agreed to come. Then that's wonderful, because they throw their name behind it as well too. Mm-hmm. So immediately you have the credentials to other artists that want to come to even paint with those people. So then we threw it out, and we juried 10 more people last year. And then because it was so messy and a little compromised, because of the pandemic, and we issued the invitation again to the 20 that did come as our guests this year, to come as an invited one. And I think 16 were able to come, and there were two with conflict and two with health issues that they were not able to, or personal family issues. And other than that, then we juried 20 new ones in. Wow. So we have 35 in all.
Wow.
My goodness.
And they're all being housed by local residents, and so they've been matched up, and we've been really lucky that people have stepped forward. And that's the main thing, because these artists come at their own expense. Mm-hmm. And we, in return, give them hosting and a venue for sales, and we do our best to market sales. And then what we do is we have a 60-40 split with the artist, And then we're a nonprofit. We're nonprofit 301c3 now. So we are purely a nonprofit. And what we're trying to do right now is with the money that we maintain, it will seed us for next year for awards, but also we would like to have enough money to put a part-time director on, because it's a pretty hefty lift, and I've got other things I need to be doing. and it was okay for like 1 or 2 years, but we've been doing this since 2018, and it's kind of like it's time for me to go. But I'll stay on the board. We'll be putting together our board this year. That will be a long-term board, and I'll stay on that for a period of time. But the community, it's really starting to feel like a community event. There are community people that have stepped forward and taken massive responsibilities, and been as excited and enthusiastic. And that's what takes something for the longevity, is to really have people involved that have that vision, that really have that passion. And we have Annalee Ash has been so wonderful, hitting the ground for us with the chamber and with the tourism, and with all the people on the ground and in the community we need. And Audrey Cushman has been real active, and Suzanne Ritchie, and there's just a lot of people, Ed Koffenberger. So we have a lot of people that have been committed, and they have stuck with us from the beginning. And so it really makes a difference. So I'm really excited. Really.
We can tell, Kippy.
Yeah. Well, I'm just glad to be here. I had to test 24 hours. Both Haiti Joe and I were sweating it, writing back. Have you had your test yet? Have you had your test to get on the plane?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we were saying, just fingers crossed, we're coming, so.
Now, when we see these artists out on the street, when they're painting and all, what's the best thing that the general public can do when they see an artist painting?
I'm sorry, I did not. You broke up. Could you repeat that, please?
These artists are going to be out and about everywhere. Ben and I both saw somebody, and Wendy saw an artist on Pollock Street yesterday. Now, I'm thinking there should be some protocol about what they're doing and how we should behave when we see them, aside from saying, yay, glad you're here.
Yay. Yes, thank you for asking, because we just realized from last night, because Haiti Joe could not quite get much done yesterday because everybody was so excited about her being here and everything, that we think we're going to maybe do something. We're going to kind of go with the theme of the bear. And we're going to kind of like, wildlife, and how you approach these artists kind of like you approach the wildlife, quietly, come sneak up on them quietly, and not engage them until they're ready to engage with you, just not to break their concentration. But, and you don't want a lot of jabbering. But we do have artist buddies that are going to be with the artists a lot of the times. And especially if we have somebody that's a rock star that people are around all the time, we'll definitely have somebody there. And somebody was asking me, they said, well, what do we do? And I said, oh, you're going to have a real cool apron, and you're going to have a name tag. And so you're official. You just tell them to be quiet or to back
Artists
off.
at work,
Well, and we started thinking about don't poke the bear, we're just trying to think of all kinds of things like that to remind people that there is an etiquette, and they do need the concentration. They're going to engage with us. Yeah. And of course, there's many places and times that we've made available for them to meet the artists. We have them there on Saturday night, Friday night as a group. You have it on Tuesday in Oriental. You have it again in Beaufort. So they're going to all be there, all as a group together. I was going to show you. Did you see us on the New Bern magazine? Can I do that?
Yeah.
Can I do that? Yeah. Okay.
I don't know about the screen sharing. I'm thinking it's copyrighted. Is Ben's photo on? If it's on, Ben's photo is on the cover. What's on the cover?
That's
My
not Ben's
picture's
photo.
not on the cover. No.
This is not Ben's photo. This is a painting from last year.
Yeah, I just realized it's copyrighted.
Copyrighted, so we have to be careful about those.
Yeah, I wasn't even thinking when I was sharing screens.
Well, anyway,
because it's
but you're okay with our stuff.
property. Yeah. Oh yes, 100%. But
yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's a reminder to anyone out there sharing
That's right.
photos on Facebook and stuff. Intellectual property. If somebody takes a picture, you can't just take
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Well,
no,
gotta
we
ask
do have-
permission. So
Are you talking about the painting?
I'm
the
talking about
magazine?
if I would have to contact them for me to share it on New Bern Now. You know what I mean? Because it's
we have-
intellectual. It's copyrighted.
Yeah,
through-
but we
Better
we
safe
as
than
an
sorry.
org,
What about that
Yeah,
painting behind you, Wendy, on
I'm
the
just-
wall there?
Yeah.
I'm just telling you, we have waivers on all of that for all marketing.
Right, for
Any of the
that.
images that we use, we have signed releases. So no, that's fine.
But just to let you know, I understand that. But New Bern Now owns
Yeah.
New Bern Now, and I cannot
I get it.
publish anything without express written consent from a different publication or from.
Okay. Well, if you ever
that's just
need
how
anything-
copyright works. So, and I don't want to.
Can I show you the calendar?
We've already displayed the website and shown everything that's on your schedule for this week, so we're great.
Okay, well
with
then,
that.
all right.
Yeah,
Well, we've got a
that's
calendar,
great.
we've got
Yep.
posters, we have everything. You're going to see everything, and
Yep.
I can answer any questions. I don't
And
know what else
you can
need to know.
send that information to New Bern Now, and we'll share it on our website and stuff. And that way, we'll have your permission to share it.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Because right now we do not have that, and I don't want to get sued because that's
No, I
that's a
totally understand.
liability.
I understand. I understand because
I'm a little
we have
anal
to.
like that.
Yeah,
That's
well, we have
okay.
to get all. See, we have to get all that. We have an artist agreement. That's one of the things when they sign on,
Right.
they have an artist agreement, and that's in the artist agreement that we're allowed to use any of the images for marketing. And
So
but
can
I
we
always
just
loop
to
back
refresh
with them
this?
anyway.
Yeah.
Pardon me?
Just to review everything, the event starts on the 7th, Saturday the 7th.
Yes, the event goes further. It starts on the 7th, and it's really not over until June the 9th because we will have all of these pictures on the virtual gallery after the event. But then the physical event starts on Saturday, will be like a warm up, and that's with the local plein air painters as well in Oriental. And then it starts full force on Monday morning, the 9th, here in New Bern.
That's great.
And
so
at the
when we
farmers
see these
market.
artists, we should be respectful, stand back,
Yeah.
appreciate them, just as if you were looking at a wild bird, and
Yes.
give it some space and be calm and move along.
That's a
don't-
great point. That's a great point, Kippy.
Yeah. There is one thing, two things. One thing is they need to bring sunscreen. They'll sit there for a while if they want to. Sunscreen, their hat, but they can bring lawn chairs and just plop down and sit and watch because it takes about 2 hours maybe for them to paint from beginning to end. You can come and watch for 5 minutes, but you can sit there and watch them the whole time. And then also we do have the app this year. The Locator app is available in your app store and the Google Play, which will let you know exactly where the artists are painting at any individual time, and that's free for download.
That's great. Well, thanks, Kippy. This has been outstanding.
Awesome.
Thanks so much for all this information. I'm overwhelmed. I can't wait to see more of these artists around town. It'll be great. Thank you so much. Round of applause.
Thank you.
Yay.
See you around.
Have a great day.
Take care.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting us.
Yep. Okay.
That's
there we go.
fantastic.
Yeah.
An artist in the wild. Be careful around them.
That's a great point.
Don't get too close.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Don't spook them. Might really appreciate their artwork, but they're not gonna be happy if you go up and say boo.
Yeah.
Or oh
No.
yeah.
I gotta make sure I'm plugged in here. I'm losing power. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
You guys continue.
All right. Well,
So my old boss's house was the house that the girl from Britain was painting yesterday. So they used to live right next to the Tryon Palace Gardens across the street. So it's really neat.
oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, that's going to be interesting because it's going to be our local artists will be out there as well as these, as you call them, rock stars. From around the country.
Yeah.
And that's an amazing thing to have all these people converge here on our little New Bern. Oh, great job. You got an attaboy there.
putting New Bern on the map of arts.
Where is it?
Jean
Do you
Lloyd.
see it? I don't see it.
Oh,
It's not
she
coming
said,
up on my thing.
well, it-
She
Oh,
said
there it
good luck
is.
for blush.
nice. Smart
There you
woman.
go. Hi, Jean. Thanks for tuning in.
There you go. That's
Yeah,
great.
she's a big cheerleader for you there, Ben. Yeah. And
Yeah.
Tracy Brenneman, we'd love to have you back on the show. Yes.
Yeah, so many great things. Absolutely, Tracy. There's so many great things in our community. We are very fortunate. We've got enough to do. And if you don't have anything to do, if you think you're bored, you're not doing enough. There's no reason to
Yeah.
be bored here. So is
No
Denny in the
reason.
waiting room?
He is, and I'm just
Super.
queuing something else up real quick, and there's one more. Okay, all right. Let me see if I can do two things at once here.
Look at this. She can actually juggle. I have seen her do this
That's
before.
scary.
I have trouble
Where
doing one thing.
are you, Denny? Denny was just here. Where'd he go? Denny. Oh,
He was
he's
there.
down below. He is. I didn't know there was a second level. Okay.
That's what happens.
There
when you have so many
we
people.
are.
Hey, Denny. Great to see you.
How are you?
Good afternoon, Danny.
Hello, Denny.
Commissioner Denny Bucher, thank you for joining us today. Welcome to the Podsquad. So, yes.
So this is the Antique Automobile Club of America, the first capital chapter. Tell us about your group and what are we going to see? This is pretty exciting.
This is the 30th year, I believe. There's a little dispute because we're not sure if we count the 1 year where we didn't have a show, but for 30 years, the local Antique Auto Club has put on a show in downtown New Bern to showcase all of the antique cars that people love to see and that we love to drive and play with. So Saturday the 14th is the day. It's a rain or shine event. So whether we have sunshine or not, we still do this show, and we're gonna hope and pray for a beautiful sunny morning.
Absolutely. So now these cars, what ages and what styles can we possibly see at the show?
It will be a little bit of everything. The car, to enter a car, a truck, or a motorcycle, and there'll be some of all those.
Oh.
They must be at least 25 years old. So a 25-year-old car today means that it's got to be built in the early 90s, and there are a lot of those on the road. Some of the cars we'll see may go back as far as 100 years.
Wow.
I don't know if some of the very oldest ones have been signed up and entered, but typically we get some cars from the 1920s, certainly. So those are approaching 100 years old. Most of the early cars were built before anybody that will view them was born.
Wow.
And we welcome trucks and motorcycles. There'll be, as I said, there'll be a variety of all three of these. I'm pretty sure we're going to have some motorcycles from the 1930s, and that's pretty amazing too. The AACA, the Antique Auto Club of America, is headquartered in Hershey, PA, and it focuses on originality. In other words, cars that were built and are still maintained as they were designed. However, in this show, we also welcome what we call modified cars. Those are cars that have, or trucks that have been lowered, raised, bigger motors, special wheels, all those things. So we'll have a variety of those as well, but they won't be judged. They won't be part of the judging. To be judged for a trophy or a prize, you have to be an original vehicle. And one thing that's really become popular, I would say in the last 10, 15 years, is cars that have not been restored. And they may be in we may say, sort of ratty shape. They may be no paint, paint all peeling off. People still like to look at them if they're old. There's an old Jaguar on Johnson Street that gets driven regularly, and I would say it's from the 50s. And I'm gonna ring his doorbell and invite him to put it in the show because it's a neat old car.
I've seen that car.
Not a show car. You've seen it, Ben?
Yes.
Yeah. So anyway, you'll see some of that. But most of the cars have been restored and are in really beautiful condition. So that the cars that here's what they tell us: the cars that people really love are the cars that were popular when they were teenagers, college students. So
Sure.
that's why right now today, so many of the baby boomers, they enjoy the 1960s, 70s, and 80s cars. They're not much interested in Model Ts and Model As. Not all, but most people kind of walk past those if they're in that baby boomer age, and they want to look at the stuff that they had when they were younger, or their family had, or whatever. So it's a neat, and when the weather is nice, which it was last year, we bring out a big crowd into downtown. So it's merchants, restaurants, everybody's busy, everybody has a good time.
Yeah. So when we see these gorgeous cars, I want to be respectful. How should we behave around the cars? Because not being I mean, I have a car that I drive. I don't baby it.
I understand. Most of us who own cars in the show would prefer that people don't climb on them, touch them.
Hands off.
Yeah, we pretty much park them so there's plenty of space. There'll be plenty of space between cars so people can walk through and not feel crowded. But if you're going to look under the hood, if the hood's not open, please don't do that without asking the owner's permission. People can look inside, but we prefer they not open doors and climb on the running boards and so on.
Yeah.
Denny, do you have a car that you're entering?
I'm sorry, say again, Ben?
Do you have a car that you're entering in the competition?
Vehicles in the show, and they both happen to be trucks.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I've got a 1949 Chevrolet pickup that was in really horrible shape when I acquired it. It was a farm truck, and a few years ago, it was dangerous to drive, and I was going to dump it. And my son said, "Dad, you can't get rid of that truck. I drove that when I was in college for a summer." So we took it all the way down to the frame, totally restored it from bottom to top. And I did some of the work. I had some of it. I'm not a painter, so I had the body work done. The engine was rebuilt. It's in really, really nice shape. And then I've got a 78 Chevy pickup that I bought a few years back from Arizona. And so it has no rust, had never had any rust. And it's has 20,000 original miles on it.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
Wow. Awesome.
That's a cream puff for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. So this is really a family thing. You know, you're talking about you and your son were working on this truck. It seems to be that's kind of the situation for a lot of these cars, is that it's a project that more than one person gets involved with in the family.
Yeah, I think most of us who have old vehicles had family involvement. I think the one neat thing about these old vehicles is you can still work on them. Mm-hmm. I can work on I've got an old car also, but it won't be in the show. It's not, it's running, but it's not ready to be put in the show. That's a 53 MG, a little sports car.
Oh, neat.
Which I restored that 40 years ago and did most of that work myself. But you can work on these cars. If you have a modern car, most people, they know where the key goes and they know where the gas goes.
Yeah.
I had a guy the other day who is really not a really young guy, but he said to me, "Could you help me? I think I may have a cat under the hood of my car." which it turned out I don't think there was a cat under there. We couldn't find it. But he did not know how to get his hood open.
Oh my.
I've never opened the hood. Can you help me open the hood on my car?
Yeah.
That's not the way we grew up.
Right.
We checked our oil every day before we drove it.
Yeah.
Modern cars are much more trouble-free and maintenance-free, but they're also no fun.
Well, you have to be a computer programmer to work on cars now. So.
Exactly. We used to call the guys who worked on cars mechanics. Now we call them technicians. And
Right.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
if they're going to stay in that industry, they better be computer savvy and capable of checking out the systems, and everything is computer driven. So,
Good point. Yeah.
So Denny, remind us again, when's the show, what time, and of course it's going to be good weather.
yes, it's going to be. It's not this Saturday coming up, but the following Saturday, which is May 14th.
Mm-hmm.
And it will be downtown New Bern. It'll be on Middle Street, Pollock Street, and if we have enough cars, we'll spill over onto Craven Street.
Wow.
Craven Street going toward Broad. We've got all that space reserved. It starts at 10 a.m. We encourage, and we've got about 70 cars entered. We hope we get over 100. You can, if you have a vintage car, anything 25 years, and you'd like to put it in the show, you can show up anytime after 8 o'clock on that Saturday morning and enter it. It costs $25.
How much does it cost to enter a car?
I'm sorry?
How much does it cost to enter a car?
I was just going to say it costs $20 to enter a car if you do it now. And you can go on our website and do it, or you can do it at the day of the show for $25. And we always have some people who sign up on the day of the show. They may be waiting for the weather. They may just not be sure. And so anytime between 8 and 10 on that Saturday morning, you can bring your car in if it's 25 years old.
And you don't have to have antique plates. Anybody's car is 25 years old or older can do it.
Anything at 25 years old. And particularly if you think people would be interested in looking at it, it may be a little unique, or maybe something that there are a couple of cars that I know of that aren't members of our club, but they still have pretty cool, unique cars that are of that vintage. And I'm going to make a few calls in the next few days and try to encourage them to put their cars in the show.
That's great. Well,
Get that
thanks,
Jaguar
Denny.
in there.
Yeah.
It's a very bad business plan. When you have to pay to be the entertainer, and the patrons don't pay to be entertained, that's not a good business plan. But that's the way it is. And there'll be prizes. There'll be 50-50. There will be several. Chevrolet of New Bern is our sponsor. They're the primary sponsor of this show. A number of the other businesses have donated money. We have to spend about $2,000 just for the trophies and plaques and whatnot. So it's a venture, but we all enjoy it and we have fun doing it.
Great. Well, thanks. Awesome. We look forward to seeing you on the 14th. It's going to be a beautiful day. We're guaranteeing that. And that starts at 10 o'clock, 10 to 2, 10 to 4.
10 to 3.
10 to 3. 10 to 3. There you go. All right. So we can go and learn something about real cars.
Yeah. And the owners love to talk about their cars. So if you're coming out to look at the cars, don't just look at them. Talk to the people. Ask them where they got it and what they did to it. It's part of the fun of the club.
Right. Great.
They're very cool. I learned so much. Like, I didn't realize it was 25 years. You know, I thought it was like at least 50 years. So I mean, that's pretty neat. And I saw a gremlin.
A gremlin, yeah.
Every year it moves. Every year it gets 1 year newer. So
yeah, there you go.
Pretty soon we'll be looking at cars that were built after 2000. But most of these cars are going to be 80s, 70s, and back. Yeah. There aren't going to be a lot of cars built in 1994. So, but they still qualify.
Right. Well, Commissioner Denny Bucher, thank you so much for joining us today. Is there anything else you want to? Okay, you can find out information on the First Capital AACA Spring Show Facebook. So it's
Yep.
actually the Facebook page is First Capital AACA Chapter, and there's also a website with the American Auto Club of America, right?
Antique.
No, Antique.
Auto Club of America.
Antique Auto Club of America.
Yes.
Great.
I'm not sure if it's on both, but one of those sites has the application. If you want to save $5, you can print the application and mail it in with the check, and we'll have you all pre-registered. That makes our job a lot easier on Saturday morning.
Yeah,
All
absolutely.
right. Well,
Great.
thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it, and we wish you the best. We'll be down there taking pictures. So,
Round of applause.
woo!
Denny.
Thank you.
I
Have a
appreciate
good
the
day.
opportunity to share the information.
That's
Yes,
great.
sir.
Hey, Denny,
Okay.
that picture that I took of the lightning storm was really cool the other night.
Oh, I'll have to look at that.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
He's wandering around downtown like a homeless person at 11 o'clock at night, taking pictures with his drone. Pretty cool.
It wasn't that late. It was after work.
A drone and electricity. This is not
Yeah.
like Back to the Future anymore. So you gotta be careful. So
Doing a Ben
Yeah.
Franklin impression. Yeah.
thank you, Benny.
Okay.
Denny.
Denny,
Benny.
take care.
Have
Okay.
a great day.
Bye,
Okay.
Denny.
Bye
Bye-bye.
bye.
Bye-bye.
I can see you now with your drone.
Yeah.
in the lightning.
That was a great picture. Oh, well.
Yeah, well, that was some really good information. I've seen the car shows, but I really didn't know a lot about them. Although I love to see antique cars. I just didn't realize.
Well,
I can't believe how cheap it
I'm
is
one
to
of those
enter those.
guys.
Yeah, that's
I'm one of
a
those
skill.
guys Denny talked about who probably can't get the hood of his car open and doesn't know how to change the oil. But anyway.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's really bad. A friend of mine was from New Jersey, and she didn't know how to pump her own gas.
What?
And I was
Oh
like,
yeah, you can't
what?
pump your own gas in New Jersey.
right, you can't
Yeah.
do that. And so I
Oh,
had to
that's
show her how
right,
to do
yeah.
it. She was mortified. She's like, oh my gosh, I'm going to get dirty. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's
You know?
true.
I worked at a gas station once, so there you go.
Yeah.
One of my many.
All right. Wow.
Wow, we've got lots of stuff going on though,
Oh
and
my
I'm hoping for
gosh.
really good weather for our painters this coming week and also the following week for the car show and everything else we've got going on.
Yeah. Is Mother's Day this weekend or next weekend?
It's this weekend.
This
Somebody
weekend.
please tell my sons.
Happy Mother's Day early.
Thanks.
Wow.
Thank you.
Time is just flying. Where is
Yeah.
it going? It's
Yeah,
crazy.
exactly. So what we've got, every Tuesday in May, this is really important. We've got Dining Out Against Cancer. So if you have no other reason to go out to dinner on Tuesday, like you just don't want to cook, now you have a great excuse to say, well, we're going to go out because we're dining out against cancer. And this is a great thing that is supported by Carolina East Foundation. So you have no excuse not to go out to dinner on Tuesdays now.
Yep.
There you go.
Yes.
And let's see, on the 5th, well, that's today. Oh my gosh, we've got so much going on.
Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah, Cinco
Oh
de
yeah,
Mayo,
Cinco de
that's
Mayo. Happy
Which
Cinco de
means
Mayo.
nothing in Mexico.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like St. Patrick's Day, Ireland doesn't do much about it, but we do. So anyhow, at 3:30, you still have time at the Tryon Palace. They're going to do Life on the Lesser Stairs. So it's a behind the scenes look at the people who served within the Tryon Palace. So that should be really fun.
And when is this?
And that's today, the 5th, at 3:30 at Tryon Palace.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then Bites and what is it? Brews and
Brews and
Bites. Is
Bites.
it? That's 5 to 8 tonight at the Riverfront Convention Center. So and we talked about Plein Air New Bern, which is the 7th through the 15th. And
Then you've got the Craven County Clean Sweep coming up on the 7th as well at 9 o'clock. Meet at 406 Craven Street or call 252-633-1477 for more information. This is how we keep our area looking great.
Yeah, volunteer folks. Just show up at the what is it called? The Craven. Where is it? That's the Craven County building they call it, where the ATM
The
is.
administration
Right?
building.
Yeah, the administration building. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where the old First Citizens Bank used to be, right?
Across from there, kind of catty.
Okay.
Yeah. Over away from there. Also on the 7th, you can walk with a doc, staying fit with asthma. And this is going to be at Creekside Park at 9 o'clock. And that's at 1821 Old Airport Road. What else have we got going on, gang?
Can I show you something real quick?
Sure.
Okay. I don't like up and close and personal photos, but what on earth is this?
Oh, my.
Guess where they came from. Wow.
Oh, I know where that came from. That came from Mate's. Am I right?
Laura? Yeah? Are you giving that to the neighbor? I'm not going to eat that.
Those look delicious.
It looks delicious, but oh my gosh, that's a lot of sugar. Holy cow. Yum.
Wow. And where did it come from?
Hi.
Hello,
Hey, Laura.
everybody. Good day.
Good day. So where did that come from? So that we can tell people to go find it.
You guessed it.
Oh, okay.
Maddie's, that's
Maddie's.
Maddie's.
It's called
Maddie's.
Maddie's.
That's
It's on Broad Street.
Right?
Yep, right on
Yeah.
Broad Street. Yeah. Oh, she's wonderful. The macaroons she makes are just fantastic. And for those of you with gluten sensitivity, the macaroons, she says, are safe for you. So.
Wow. Oh, cool.
Woohoo. Yeah. Oh, that's a wonderful box you got there. Excellent.
Try it out.
Yeah.
And
All
then you go to Métis, and then after that, on the 7th, you walk with a doc, staying fit with asthma. And then that's at Creekside Park. What a segue.
There you go.
9 a.m. and that's at Old Cherry Point Road. Yeah, Carolina East has this new program now, Walk with the Doc, and I can't remember which doc. I think he's a pulmonologist, but obviously staying fit with asthma. So
Yeah.
yeah,
That's great. The 7th is a paddle sport open house from 9 to 1 at Stand Up Outfitters. And that's going to be at 1305 Country Club Road, which I think is the address for the New Bern Country Club, isn't it? Could be.
No, that's Stand Up Outfitters next to New
that's
Bern
right.
Parks and Rec.
Right.
Rec,
Right
yeah.
next to Park and
Yeah.
Rec.
Next to
Okay.
Washington Park there. Yeah.
There you go. Right
So
over
what's
there.
next, Mac?
And on the 7th, we also have Rooted in History, People, Places, and Plants from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Tryon Palace.
Nice. Always got something to learn.
Yeah.
And we've got the Festival of Fun. Everybody needs some fun. And that's
Woo!
from 10 to 4 at Union Point Park. We got a lot going on this weekend.
Yes.
And that's sponsored by New Bern Parks and Rec. And if you need more information, 252-639-2901. There you go. Ben, what's happening in Vanceboro?
In Vanceboro, I don't have my notes with
Oh,
me.
you don't have your
That's
notes. I'm
okay.
sorry.
No.
You get no sweat. You know what's happening, Ben? In Vanceboro, they're having the Strawberry Festival, the annual
Okay,
Strawberry
I'm so
Festival.
sorry.
No. We
That's
got
okay.
you covered. We got you.
All right.
Yeah, the big. Have you been to the Strawberry Festival in Vanceboro, Ben?
Yes, it was a long time ago.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's
Cool.
a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Hey, also, I like to add, if you haven't seen the Van Gogh show in Raleigh, I went to go see it last week, and it was absolutely amazing.
Wow.
So it's going on till June.
Oh, good.
But
So we
that's a
still have
really
time.
neat show. They brought Van Gogh's paintings to life.
Wow, that's amazing. I saw
Outstanding.
one of my friends went there. So
Yeah.
wow. You're the second person I know. It's a small
Yeah.
world.
Yeah.
We always trade information. Also on the 7th, we've got Medicinal Use of Herbs. This is going to be a fantastic class. This is featured at the New Bern Public Library, and it's going to be at 2 p.m. And Medicinal Use of Herbs. You can grow things yourself that are helpful. Things like calendula, which is a wonderful thing to use for creams and keep your skin healthy. And if you'd like to find out more about this event, you can call 252-638-7815. And that's going to be at the New Bern Craven County Public Library at 2 o'clock on Saturday.
And at 5:30 on Saturday, there's the upscale resale and live auction for Habitat for Humanity Restore. That's at 5:30 at the Elks Club, which is on Pine Tree Drive, 1175 Pine Tree Drive. And for more info, you can call 633-5512.
And then also on the 7th, we've got New Bern Ducks Unlimited Banquet and Fundraiser. That's 6 o'clock at the New Bern Shriners Club at 2012 South Glen Burnie Road. And then the last thing we've got we've got two events this weekend, and then we're starting into next week. Bingo night, Craven County JC's at the fairgrounds is going to be on the 7th from 6 to 10 p.m. Bingo's pretty easy to play, not so easy to win.
B-I-N-G-O-B. Okay, the 8th is East Carolina University Chorus at 4 p.m. at Christ Episcopal Church. And so, I mean, there's just the calendar's packed. That's just for this weekend alone. So if you're going to be listening on the radio here, check out newbernnow.com. Check out our calendar, because it's just, the list just keeps going on. If you have any events, send them to us via info@newbernnow.com. Also, the New Bern Music Calendar, check out that on Facebook. And the New Bern Farmers Market is every Saturday from 8 to 2. Yeah,
absolutely. So be sure to send Wendy your announcements, stories, and events, and she'll be sure to get them on the calendar at the New Bern Now website. And let her know if you'd like to be a guest, or if you have any questions or suggestions, by calling 252-259-6853, or send her an email at info@newbernnow.com.
Yeah.
You're so professional, Jane.
Isn't she? She's arrived. She's awesome. I'm so glad. Well, everyone knows, right? She was with Air Force Network? No, American Network.
American Forces Network. Yep.
Come on, I'll get it right one of these days.
Yes, I'm a former military broadcaster, which is not the same as military music, but close.
So, yeah, you're a pro, so yeah.
Thanks. And Wendy, we'll be back on May 12th.
Yes.
Next Thursday, live on YouTube and Facebook.
Yes.
Where else can they find you?
The audio will go anywhere people listen to the podcasts, like Apple, Amazon, wherever, iHeartRadio, whatever. And then on WNOS, New Bern's News Talk radio station, WNOS 103.9 FM, every Wednesday at 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. And it will be put on New Bern Now's website with show notes. So, I just, Ben and Mack, I thank you for first time pod squatters. Woo! Yeah. Hopefully not the last time, but yeah, thank you. It's really important to get different perspectives, and that way we can grow and learn together about our great community.
And please come to my show on the 13th.
We will. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
And y'all, I appreciate every one of you. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah.
Take care.
Bye.
Thanks, Wendy.
Woo!
It's a wrap,
guys. That's a wrap.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.